name is Mario for Cos Spirit, and welcome to the channel. Anyway, so today's video is going to be an update on how to deal with, let's say, dark times in your life. If you guys all saw about 3 weeks ago, I made my first video on that. This will be the part 2 video, and you guys are probably, if you did see it, then you understand that I had an issue with my car and that a lot of fear came up because of what happened. I would suggest you to go watch that video, but just a quick recap. I was driving home from a birthday celebration. I was on the highway, and the car started to shake, and the engine lights started to flash, and there's still bugs. Yeah, so then I just like, well, I'm like, nothing's smoking or whatever. I'm like, I'm on the side of the highway. What am I gonna do? I don't got CAA. I'm gonna do call a tow truck. Like, how am I gonna find one? This and that. And I'm like, it's just a bad situation. I'm like, you know what? I'll just stick my hazards on, and I'll see if I can make it home. So I was able to make it home, and then that was on a Saturday and a Sundays where I made the video and explained to you guys about what was going on. So from there, we left it on Sunday. From there, Monday morning, I called up on my mechanic. So first thing she said to me, she goes, the receptionist, she said that, well, you can't really drive it here because the engine light's flashing, so you're gonna have to tow it here. So I called up a tow truck company. They towed it there. One thing about that place there, they're really good. They have like loaner cars. So, you know, you don't charge you as long as you keep the gas filled up. They're happy with that, so that's a real benefit. So I brought it there Monday morning. They gave me a loaner car, and from what I understand, that their mechanic that dealt with that kind of stuff was off for the week on vacation, so I was gonna have to wait. I was like, well, whatever, that's fine. I got the loaner anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So I'll still be able to do what I needed to do, which, you know what I mean. So a lot of that panic was for what? I mean, was it really that bad in that instance there? Not really. I mean, I still had a loaner car. It didn't cost me anything. Still to be able to do the things I needed to do. So from there, I think 2 days later, there's a miscommunication, but there was someone there that can actually deal with that. So what they figured out, they had to change my spark plugs and my coils, right? So I have a Nissan Altima. What I did is I checked it out, and I guess every 80,000 to 100,000 kilometers, you need to change that. So I did not know that, or else I would have changed it. But that's what it was with the engine, right? So all that panic, right, was for what? It was just a maintenance thing that I was not aware of, and if I were aware of it, none of that would have happened. So it ended up costing me just under $900. Would have been less if I would have did it like as part of the service program, but because I had to troubleshoot and all that, so it cost a bit more. But yeah, so at the end of the day, it cost that, which was a lot less. It wasn't like I need to buy a new car, or it was gonna cost thousands and thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? So all that panic, all those thoughts of sickness, of this and that. If I would have fell into that, if I would have fed that darkness, what would have been the end result? I would have hurt myself. I would have stressed myself out, hurt my DNA, hurt my body, right? Hurt the rest of my beingness, and for what, right? So anyways, so that they fixed that, so I got back in a few days, and then there was a rattling underneath my car, which was happening before that, and I was like, whatever, I didn't think it was going to be that much of a big deal, so I figured I'd just wait till my service in November when I put my snow tires on, and I'll let them know about that. So when that happened with the spark plugs and all that, I was thinking maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know why, but I just thought about that. I go, maybe they'll get fixed. So anyways, when I went to pick it up and I started driving, I could hear that rattling again. I'm like, okay, I'm like, you know what, I might as well tell them to look at that as well, right? So more fear kicking in, right? So anyways, so I went to work for 4 days, and I called them up the next day, they made an appointment. Okay, so then they took my car in, and what it was is that in January I had a catalytic converter put on it. What happened was that catalytic converter was faulty, so it was making the noise, so that didn't cost me a penny. Okay, so all that fear for what, right? So, but another thing is, on the day before I was gonna take it in, I believe, or no, 2 days before I called them, I could hear like there was a change in the sound of my car, right? It started going like a humming noise. So I was thinking that something with the exhaust system gave out. So when I brought it in, I told them about that, and I said, okay. So they checked everything. They're like, okay, yeah, everything's fine or whatever. I'm like, oh, okay. So I went and picked it up yesterday, which was Thursday. Today's Friday. Yesterday was Thursday the 8th, I believe. Today, I'm pretty sure today's Friday the 9th of August. So I go to him, and I looked under the car before, and I could see that the one pipe was like half the top of it was missing. I was like, okay, maybe that's the issue. So when I went, that was before I brought it in. So when I picked it up yesterday, and I could hear that noise, I'm like, okay. So then I stopped at Walmart, I checked underneath, and then the half the pipe's missing. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe they missed that. I don't know, right? So I went back to the mechanic, and I said, can you guys take a look at that? And I want to be there with you so I can see what's going on, right? Now, there was a lot of negative thoughts that came through me. I did not feed those negative thoughts. And I mean, the point I'm trying to make here is that a lot of those thoughts really felt real. Like, it really felt like I should act that way, okay? Like it was me. And if I would have went down that road, first of all, it's unhealthy to go dark. It's unhealthy to get upset and angry. It's better just to be intelligent and figure out the situation and fix it. But let's say it was me 30 years ago in my 20s. I probably would have snapped. And for what? When they brought it up, what it is with Nissan, the exhaust pipe that goes between the muffler and the silencer is flat. They do it on purpose just so they can fit it there. So that's why, to me, it looked like there was a part missing, right? So at the end of the day, they explained it. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, I did not know that. So nothing against me, nothing against them. I just didn't understand, and there was still a noise, but I didn't understand. They explained it, and everything was fine, right? No one got upset. There was no big darkness. Just an easy way to deal with things. So I go. Okay, well, that's fine, but I still hear a noise. I go, do you have time just to go for a quick little drive test with me? And then the woman asked the mechanic to do it. He goes, sure. So we just went around the block, and the minute we went on the road, he could hear the noise. He goes, yeah. You go. Sounds like your rear wheel bearing's gone, right? I'm like, okay. So we went back there. We set up the appointment for next week. They're gonna help me with a loaner, and most likely it is that. We won't know for sure till they check it, but most likely it is that. And to fix the wheel bearing. Yeah, it's going to cost me some money, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's all part about owning a car. You need to understand that these things are going to happen. So, you know what? All the fear, for what? What did it serve me? If I would have fed into it, I would have made myself sick. I would have ruined my workouts. I would have ruined my diet. I probably wouldn't have made these videos. I would have been upset. You know what I mean? All that for what? For something that A, it's just part of owning a car, and B, a lot of it had just like the catalytic converter was covered under warranty. It didn't cost me a penny. And the other one was just a lack of knowledge. I didn't know I needed to change that. So now I know, and I'm going to adapt, and I'm going to create a better program to maintain my car. You live and learn, but getting upset, getting yourself worked out, I know it feels easy to fall into that trap. Just don't do it. In order to ascend to a high level of consciousness, you cannot feed the darkness anymore. You need to feed the light. You need to feed the God divinity within you, and that's how you're going to ascend. But feeding the darkness, it's not going to help you ascend. It's just going to make your life worse. And as bad as it may seem, you have always one of two choices. Either feed the darkness or feed the light. Feed positive energy. Okay? That's one of two choices. I'd rather do the second one. So anyways, we'll leave it there. I'll let you guys know in another video later on the final results of it. But as you can see, it wasn't as bad as all the fear made it out to be, and that's about it. So anyways, have a pleasant day. Hope that this helps out. Let me know if this helps out. If you have any your own situations that you were in, that you used light to help you get through the situation. You may help other people by making a comment like that. And yeah, so anyways, have a pleasant day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.